bespoke radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Fade to Black. Bespoke radio. For the masses. Yeah, man. It is. Today's Thursday, April 30th, 2020. 121 days into the new year. Only 245 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of beautiful downtown Burbank, California, and I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world. All across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the Planets. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Brad, that looks amazing. Wow, wood fire. Oh, 2 of them. Wow, stereo. Amazing. Tonight is another Fadernight. Open lines all night long. Hello to everybody out there. Hello, 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 hello. How you doing? All right. The call-in number is 747-228-2051. I just, and I say it so much, but I mean it. This is the best night of the week, and I'm just fired up. I'm fired up all day long. Just cannot wait to get into the chair and get these phones ringing. So there you go. I am just awesomely in the right mood. I'm in the right mood. Of course, this River Moon coffee doesn't hurt. But let's do this. Thursday night, it's your calls, your conversation, UFOs, the paranormal, supernatural, conspiracy, time travel, lost history. Yeah. We can always do a little food, little music. That always manages to creep in the show. If Mark from Dallas calls in, Brad needs to talk about that meal that he's cooked. I'm going to let you guys know. Tonight after the show, a couple of things are happening. One, Rita over at the house cooked ribs all day, like for real. Okay, like for real. Cut, man. So tonight it's ribs and rice, and the new TV show Upload. Oh man! Oh, what a great night! It's just going to be a perfect night, right out of Fadernight and open lines, straight to Rita's ribs and rice. Oh. I'm just predicting right now, I already know what dessert's going to be, but I somehow see a bottle of Mexican Coke also in my future. I haven't done that in so long. Somebody mentioned the other day, they brought up vodka, right? And I had to stop and think. I went, I haven't had a drop of alcohol, and it's not for any reason. It's just, the situation. Certainly, we're all in lockdown too as well. So I only really drink with friends and company. But I haven't had any alcohol for 5 months. How does that happen? Oh, geez. Rita and I, when we are home alone, and which all of us are right now, we don't drink. We don't drink when we're alone at all. There's just drink lots of water, lots of coffee, but we don't drink. I don't come home at night after work and pop open a beer. I don't. I've never done that. But because we're not out, we're not with friends, we're not doing dinners, conferences, or things, I haven't drank. Somebody actually brought up vodka, and I had to stop and think to myself, when was the last time? Yeah, February, beginning of February. So it's February, March, April. Okay, 3 months. We're in May. Okay, it's been 3 months. I was thinking it was 5. There you go. Hey, Iron American. That's tonight. We're doing dry though. We're not doing. Oh, that looks good. We're doing a dry rub. We're doing a dry rub. Get in my belly. You ain't kidding. It's going to go down tonight. Okay, so the new TV series Upload. Everybody, I think, should check it out. And another show, since we're all, inside, Rita and I, really, I meant this when I said this a couple of weeks ago. We have literally watched everything that has ever been produced on this planet by man when it comes to film and television. That's it. We officially got to the last click. We got to the last one. We've seen everything. And we stumbled across this TV series on Hulu called Future Man. And it's good. It's good. We just finished season 1, and if you haven't checked out Future Man, please, you got to do it. It's definitely 100% adults only. Yeah, you're not going to want your kids in the room for a lot of it. It's adult humor, I should say, but it's got its moments of pure greatness, and whoever's writing that script has scored points with me. Future Man's really good. Okay, so anyway, where am I at? I always get distracted at this point of the show. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. You want to start the conversation right there. It is open lines tonight, and the sandbox always takes off, and it is so much fun. So follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. And yes, okay. I just have to get a quick message out to Rita that I just opened that window. Okay, hold on. I'll do this. I'm here. Okay, did that work? All right, Rita, you should have that. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Hashtag F2BQ is Fade to Black questions. And it brings me back to, we'll do this next week, and I thought about it this morning. I got a little distracted. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I wanted to do an AMA tonight, but we'll do that next week. Okay. Man, Rita's the best. That's all I've got to say. All right, where am I at? Email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. Let me get a few things out of the way, and I keep pushing this, and I'm not going to stop until I win this race, which is I want all of you to be healthy. I want all of you to live without fear. You've got to get your immune system in check. You don't want to be paranoid. You don't want to be thinking. You definitely don't want the thoughts of, I should have done this when Jimmy said something, right? You don't want to be that person ever. So go and visit getthet.com. It's very simple. getthetea.com. The links and banners and everything you need is over at jimmychurchradio.com. Click, get over there, get to the specials page. There is an immunity package right there. There's everything that it's all there. All right, but start with that immunity package. That's what I would do. Go right there and use the promo code FADER, FADER, and you're going to get free shipping on all orders over $50. So go to getthetea.com. Spoke to Billy Carson yesterday, and I'm just going to say this, man. Billy is a workaholic. He's an absolute workaholic. He is doing so many things, and he gets it done. Just gets it done. And his new internet TV network, which is ForbiddenKnowledge.tv, is built, up, running, and it's great. You need to go and check it out right now. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. It's ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. The links are over at jimmychurchradio.com. Sign up. You're going to get a 3-day free trial right there. Okay? Go. And he said, man, the Fadernauts, man, I love them, and he's right. He's right. This is a family. Go and check out ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. All right, Death Rock Ribs. Everybody's doing ribs in the post here. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a ribs night here. Man, Brad, those are some amazing pictures, brother. That's all I've got to say. That's all I got to say. Okay, where am I at? River Moon Coffee, their new Amazon store. You can go and find those banners and links over at jimmychurchradio.com, and, of course, their website, rivermooncoffee.com. Our new blend is out. It is called Game Changer. Okay? My picture is on that bag of coffee. I'm telling you, nobody knows coffee like I do. You think you know coffee? Nah. All right, before I get started, I was on a radical pursuit of coffee from a very young age, because down in Panama, everybody used to drink coffee around me growing up. We all had that. And but down in Panama, they had this, my memory says it was called Gold Medal. And it was Panamanian coffee, and it was just insane, and it tasted so good. And right there. Well, anyway, get back to the States and trying to find, especially back then, and I'm talking about 1981, 82, and it was a Folgers kind of world. And I get that. And finding real coffee, I went on that pursuit. I get out to California, and I went to this place in Pasadena called the Espresso Bar on Raymond, down in Old Town, right off the train tracks. I don't know if it's still there. Anybody in Pasadena listening to me right now, let me know if the Espresso Bar is still there. Anyway, I had my first taste of shots of espresso, mocha thing. This is 1984. And 1985, right in there. And that I knew at that point what to look for and what to taste for and how to chase this stuff down. And I did. And I've been a connoisseur ever since. I know Maxwell House. That is classic, JT. That's good. Oh, man. I got to retweet this. It's a Maxwell House coffee jar with a Fade to Black blend label on it. That's good. That's good. This. Oh, man. That's good. JT, thank you for that. That's cool. I am going to retweet this right now. That's funny. That's good. Good job, man. Good timing. Good timing. That's up in my Twitter feed right now. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. All right, let's get to the breaking news. NASA today announced 3 new contracts to develop lunar landers, one of which they said it better be will, carry 2 astronauts to the surface of the moon in 2024. Now, think about this before I read you the stats on this. Yeah, they're doing this now in 2020, and it's supposed to be ready to go. I know that these landers have been in development for a while privately, but the contractors include SpaceX, which proposed NASA to use the Starship spacecraft the company is developing for deep space exploration, and a national team that is led by new age space venture Blue Origin. And the team has help from legacy aerospace firms like Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, and the nonprofit research group Draper. The third contract was awarded to Dynetics, the 46-year-old company based in Huntsville, Alabama. They will be developing their own lunar lander. Also today, very troubling announcement from the Office of the Director of National Intelligence, which released an unusual statement earlier today saying that there is no evidence the coronavirus pandemic originated from a lab in Wuhan, China. Now, this is all amid reports that the White House has been pressuring intelligence agencies to find a link. We've been reading those reports inside and out of the White House and around Washington for a couple of weeks now. And this is a quote from this statement today. Quote, "The entire intelligence community has been constantly providing and consistently providing critical support to U.S. policymakers and those responding to the COVID-19 virus, which originated in China. The intelligence community also concurs with the wide scientific consensus that the COVID-19 virus was not man-made or genetically modified." And then after this statement today, President Trump said that he has seen evidence that it did come from the lab, and he didn't want to discuss this any further. So we've got direct contradictions going on here, and the timing of both of these statements today on top of each other certainly raises an eyebrow. I don't know what's going on, but I'm telling you, the conspiracy theorist has arrived. All right. The StarWorks UFOs and Artificial Intelligence Conference in Laughlin, Nevada is November 5th through the 8th. I will be there along with Grant Cameron, Paul Hynek, James Fox, Alan Stivelman, Sid Goldberg, and another dozen great speakers. Okay, now I'm going to be there. Rita's going to be there. The Faded Black crew's going to be there. We're planning some really, really cool events that we're going to make the announcements on over the coming weeks, but it is going to be a great time. All you have to do is visit starworksusa.com for tickets and info. The Disclosure Vest event here in Los Angeles, downtown at the historic Los Angeles Park next to Chinatown, the date has been moved from June 20th to August 8th. All of the information that you need is over at disclosurefest.org. Let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday to today, OG Fadernight Mate Meyer. Today, 29 years old. Happy birthday, Mate. Rapper Travis Scott is 28, and yes, I'll admit it, I listened to Travis, and I think he's cool. Kirsten Dunst today is 38. Cloris Leachman is 94. I think of Young Frankenstein every single time. MC5's Wayne Kramer is 72. Kick Out the Jams, Motor City 5. Man, that was a great band. Lasted about 6 months, but man, it was pretty epic. On this day in history, 1993, the World Wide Web was launched. Tim Berners-Lee released the source code for the world's first web browser and editor, originally called Mesh, the browser that he dubbed World Wide Web. It became the first royalty-free, easy-to-use means of browsing the emerging information network that helped develop the internet as we know it today. Wow, 1993, right? Man, the world changed. Fader fact. In 1963, the Bronx Zoo had an exhibit called The Most Dangerous Animal in the World. It was a mirror. That's right. That is your Fader Fact. All right, I got to get this rant in. Let me hit this River Moon coffee because I got a lot to say. It's crazy. Crazy night, crazy morning, crazy day. Because on the show this week, I was asked if I would have my brain frozen. You remember that? And I said yes. And, I would have it frozen after I didn't need it anymore, if you know what I mean. Well, last night I had the craziest dream I've had in a long time. And I remember all of it. In fact, I think I had it like 3 times back to back to back. Like it just started over. Now, it started out, I'm going to give it to you here. It started out with me, the dream, taking a tour of a cryonics company, brain freezers, with rows and rows of canisters with tubes and lights and things. Just big place, right? And they showed me how each brain was stored. And I'm not sure how it's really done, but in my dream, these brains were in like glass boxes and tubes were going into them, and then they were submerged and sealed in these metal containers. And in the dream, I joked around with somebody who was probably like a sales guy, right? Used car salesman. And I said to the sales guy, I go, I'm going to be dead, so it doesn't really matter. I'll sign. Let's do this, right? And he closed me on the deal. Well, the dream at that point just cut scene to me in the first person point of view. And I open my eyes, right? I open my eyes and I'm looking out. That's the dream, right? And I'm looking at a few people who are like bent over and looking at me, and they appear to be doctors, and they were all male, and they're wearing white lab coats. And I'm confused, and I don't know what's going on. And all of this was vivid, by the way, vivid. I had the dream 3 times. I remember all of it. And so anyway, I'm confused, and open my eyes, and I see them. And I don't know what's going on, but I speak and I say, "Where am I?" And as I say the words, I can hear them, but I know that my mouth is not moving because as we speak, right? You can, right? I try to reach and touch my face, and I see that my hands are not my hands. They're black or really like dark blue metal, and my fingers are thin, long, thin robot hands and robot fingers, right? And I move my fingers and I look at my hand and I look around the room, and it's just vivid. And I'm looking around the room, and it's a hospital. And I know that it's a hospital. Well, as I do this, and I'm looking around, I feel tired, right? I feel really, really tired, and it's hard to move. And I feel like I want to go back to sleep. But the doctors continue to talk to me, like to keep me awake. And I don't want them to. And as this is going on and I'm looking around the room, I see a robot-looking thing walk past the open door that is right there. And it's literally a walking stick man. You know when you draw a stick man figure with a circle head and the arms and the, stick man, right? Hangman, stick man. That's what it looks like. The torso was just a thin black tube, right? Just a thin black tube, maybe 2 or 3 inches in diameter. And the shoulders were the same. It was just one black tube with the arms coming down and the tube. And then down at the bottom where the hips are, another single tube, and then these really thin legs. And I could see, as it's walking, I could see the joints were like human, right? Knees and elbows and fingers, and there were joints, but everything was just really, really thin, like these tubes. It's crazy. Dark blue, almost black. And its head was just a ball, like a stick man, right? Head is just a ball. And on top of another piece of the same size tube, all the tubes were the same size, and with blue glowing eyes. And I look down and I look at my legs, and I'm sitting, and I see I've got the same legs that I just saw, and I move them. I like kick my feet out, and I realized that I was a friggin' robot, like what just walked by the door. And now the dream goes on with the doctors telling me that my brain was unfrozen and placed inside the ball that is now my head, and that I don't have a mouth, that I'm powered by a small nuclear power supply, and they show it to me. They hold it up, and it looks just like a little D battery, and it's black, but it wasn't very big. And in fact, it looked just like a battery, actually. And they said it wouldn't need to be replaced for 10,000 years. Now, this is where things get strange. When they told me I didn't have to eat and that I didn't have a mouth, I freaked out. My mind, I panicked. It was like claustrophobia, this hyperventilation feeling, but I was trapped, right? And I started to have these feelings of being trapped and panicked and stuck in this body. And I could smell, but it was different. I could hear, but things sounded different. It just wasn't the same. I had a sense of touch on my fingertips. All of this was very vivid in the dream. And when I spoke, it came out of a speaker from the chest, and I could hear it not coming from my mouth. I could hear it coming out of the chest, and I knew that I was talking because the thought of talking and the talking was happening, but I didn't have a mouth, and it felt weird, and I got sad, like I wanted to cry. Okay, moving on. I go through like a school, and I meet other robots, and we all look the same. There wasn't anything really different that I remember. And I find out in this classroom that it's 1,000 years after I had died and my brain was frozen. And I end up becoming friends with two other bots, one male and one female. And we totally had our memories. We talked about our families and jobs and stuff, about our past lives. And they were both from a totally different time, by the way. There wasn't anything really specific, but they were both like 500 years after their brain was frozen. I was 1,000 years. They died in like the year 2500. And here's the other trippy part. Everything around me, the rooms, the furniture, the tech, whatever, wasn't like space age crazy future stuff. It was like totally relatable. And it was sleek, yeah, and it was clean, and that, but it didn't look like what I would think that 1,000 years in the future should look like. It didn't have that vibe. There wasn't any giant color screens. There wasn't any lights or insane technology. Everything looked normal. And so did the actual humans that I was talking to. Their clothes, their haircuts, the language. It was all a little bit different, but the same. It was nothing shocking. And here's how the dream ended. Dream ended all 3 times, by the way, the 3 of us escaped. We had this discussion, me and these 2 other bots, about not needing food or supplies. That we were battery powered and it would last 10,000 years. So we just walked out the front door of this hospital and kept going. And outside, it was nice. It was nice. Blue skies, clouds. We walked around the building to the back, and there was this big grass field. And at the back of the grass field, it was a wall of trees in the distance. And we walked towards them, and we walked straight into the forest. And that was it. Fade to black. Roll credits. That was the end of the dream. Now, a couple of notes. I didn't see any cars. I didn't see any cell phones. And I remember everything so vivid. I just remember it. There was no music. I didn't hear any music. I didn't see any television or any programming. Nothing. And I'm sure that stuff was there, but I don't remember seeing or hearing anything in this. Just conversations that were happening. There was only one teacher or instructor in the classroom. Speaking mostly, by the way. But they did play a video about the process of unfreezing our brains and how they were placed inside of our heads and how the connections were made. It was a total documentary instructional video, and about our bodies and how to do things. They also had a segment about that nuclear battery thingy and how to put it into your body or how to take it out. It's pretty strange. We didn't take notes in the classroom. We didn't write. We didn't have any books. We just sat there at these long white tables, and there was like 3 or 4 rows of us bots in there. But we were just all listening and focused, and I was totally into it, totally focused and listening to the teacher in the front of the classroom. Now, last night I woke up and had to use the John. And as I woke up, I totally remembered the dream. And I was like, man, wow. So I came back to bed, I drank some water, and I went back to sleep. And immediately the dream started over from the beginning. This morning, around 6 a.m., Teddy, one of our dogs, Teddy is causing trouble. And he's moving around between Rita and I, and it's a Teddy thing, and I'm used to it. But he ends up waking me up. And right as the dream ended, when we were walking into the woods, totally vivid. I can't explain it. So I take another swig of water, and I go back to sleep. Straight back to the beginning when I was taking that tour at the cryonic brain bank place. Now, there's a zillion more details to the dream, and I think I need to take the time to write it all down. But it's pretty crazy. It's pretty nuts. So that was my night and morning today, and I thought that I'd share that with you. Seriously, good times. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. I just blew past a commercial break. We're going to take it right now, and then we'll come back to your phone calls. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. It's open lines all night long. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Stay with us.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black Blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
OMG! People are jumping on board to the Life Change Tea Regiment. Brew, steep, and drink for a gentle, taste-great cleanse. It's changing how they feel. See what everybody's talking about. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. Life Change Tea aids in digestive slowdown and helps people get moving down a healthy path. We won't make claims. We'll just let you decide. Experience is much better than a commercial anyway. If you want results, log on to getthetea.com and purchase your super strength cleansing tea. You won't be disappointed. And if you're looking for some mind-body suggestions, go to YouTube and punch in the search bar Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. Put power into your health now. So, getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com for super strength tea. And YouTube, Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now for valuable suggestions. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long, 747-228-2051. And I'm going to say this. Very bizarre. If you were watching my face during the commercial break, normally I get up and stretch my legs. Our phone system has had some kind of strange update, and it's now, it's fine, but it's operating in a window that with new graphics, and I don't, it's not normal. And I know Rita's probably watching this in her office too right now too, and I'm going, what is that? And okay, I think I can make this work, but I have to go backwards. Wow. I don't know. I got to figure this out. So let's see. I have no idea. Let's very interesting. Okay, let's go to the phones. Let's see what's happening out there. Yeah, hi. You're live on Fade to Black. You're up first. Who's calling? You're live. Oh,
Jimmy?
Yes. Oh, don't freak me out. Who's calling? Freaking me out like
Heather
that.
From Mansfield.
Who is this?
Heather from Mansfield.
How are you tonight, Heather?
I'm doing good. The phone system was a little off this time. It didn't put me on hold and go silent.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I just saw it now for the first time, and I have no idea. So I got a different interface.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I just answered just in case it was me.
Yeah, so we'll see. Let's see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
What's on your mind tonight?
Oh, I tell you what, your story. I was calling to talk about something else, but your story really like moved me.
Oh, the dream.
I've had.
Yeah,
I've
it was
had
crazy.
Like that are so vivid. You wake up, it shook me for weeks.
I remembered everything like it was a movie. So I remembered everything.
It sounds like a great movie. You should write it down and get a
right?
writer there.
You know,
I'd watch it.
Well, why do we do that? Why do we always think, man, my dreams would make the best movie ever? Everybody thinks
movies,
that. Right?
Because we love movies and entertainment that are intriguing.
Oh man,
That's why.
Every time somebody tells me they've had a dream that could be a movie, and I have to sit through their story.
You'd be a millionaire just listening to the stories, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty strange. The thing that freaked me out was this feeling of impending doom, like I was stuck. I couldn't taste anymore. I didn't have a mouth. I only had my brain, and I had these fingers and this body and this thing, and I could hear and see and things, but that wasn't good enough. I wasn't human anymore, and I didn't dig it.
Right.
And I felt
claustrophobic.
You couldn't eat.
That's the biggest problem.
There was this, I know, right? There was this. Do you know that? You know that panic feeling where you almost hyperventilate? That panic.
Yes, I do.
Where you got to just stand up and get some air and like, whoo, man, I got to calm down, right? That's what it was like. Yeah, it was, and I had that feeling in a dream. It was It was messed up.
How long did you feel that once you woke up for it to go away?
Yeah, exactly. The panic was in the dream. I didn't wake up panicked, but there was this solemn, happy kind of feeling in the end of us walking into the woods together. We didn't run, but we walked, and we walked into into this forest. You know, and there was nothing more to it than that. Maybe I'll have the continuation. I'll be able to report back.
Yeah, I've had dreams like that where I'll pick up and I'll keep going.
Yeah, right? Oh, I do that all the time. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen this time. No, it just started back at...
Well, there's always tomorrow.
Yeah, I know, right? What's on your mind tonight, Heather? What's going on?
Actually, you know, what I was thinking about, it's so funny. My husband was making fun of me the other day. He was like, I think about, like, what am I going to make for dinner and what am I going to do for work tomorrow and stuff like that. And I come home and I'm like, you know what I was thinking about today? And I tell him, and he's like, your mind is not right.
What was it?
He told me my mind wasn't right. It's like, you think so philosophically all the time. What is wrong with you?
Right.
He's laughing at me, of course. But what I was thinking about the other day, which just kind of blew my mind, and I wanted your interjection on it, was, when you think about, like, 3D, if you were to, like, write it down on a piece of paper, we all understand the kind of concept where, one dimension is like a point. 2 dimensions is the lifting of the point.
Okay.
And if you're in 1, you can't understand 2.
Okay.
You can't understand up. You can only see flat.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So we're in 3, but we really can't understand 4 dimensions, because if you were to draw a cube, even try to do it 3-dimensionally on a piece of paper, you can't see the other side.
Correct. Yes.
There's no way for us in any way, even now, even if we had eyes in the back of our head or all the way around our heads, we can only see what's in front of us.
Unless it's a piece of glass.
We can't turn around and see what's behind us.
What if it's
the only way that we could do that, even if we went up, we'd only see the top of our head. If we went under ourselves, we'd only see our feet.
Right. Yes.
There's no way for us to see everything all around us, including ourselves. Wouldn't that be like a 4th dimension?
I'm in agreement with your husband. He's right.
When I started...
He's right.
Well, when you think about that, though, that we're incapable of seeing anything other than 3 dimensions, because that's the world we live in.
That's right.
And then we think about, like, the dimensions, in this dimension, the visible light that we can see.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So when we see, like, orbs, is that not just a 4th dimensional or 5th dimensional or higher being that we can't possibly see with our spectrum,
right?
Other than seeing them as light,
right? And it's
because we're a refraction and reflection of light ourselves.
Yes,
and that we can't see our own light because we can only see what we can see. But when we see orbs, they're actually light from another dimension shining through to ours.
Yeah, and I often think that type of stuff, because I've seen it, and I've been fascinated with it, but I think it's almost accidental, right? That it is just a phasing in and out of our reality. And if you there right now, humans and planet Earth, we are at a certain frequency range and a certain time scale. Okay?
Right.
A certain time scale. And another species out there, and certainly from another planet, with another solar system and another type of gravity and everything else that comes into play there for them in their existence, they could be at a different time scale. They could be at a different frequency that we don't know anything about, and we simply can't see them. They're there,
correct,
right? They're there.
Right.
They could be in front of us right now, but we wouldn't see them. And so when something appears, and especially when you see something out of the corner of your eye, and it just flashes in and out for a second, or the way that these orbs just appear out of nowhere, these craft, which I have been, Heather, I have been with groups of people, 50, 100 people, looking up and seeing something appear and then go away. It's just like, wait. And it's not about going, becoming invisible like it was intentional. I don't think that's what it is. Some cloaking technology, it's possible, but I don't think so. I think it's phasing in and out from another dimension, from another parallel world, something that is living next to us.
What about like Stephen Greer saying, that you can bring them in with your meditation and intention?
Yeah, and that is, I think that is a separate issue altogether. That's a separate issue, and I've done that. I've been around people. I've seen it happen, and it's fascinating when it does. So I think that is something in our dimension that is there.
Okay.
And I've told the story so many times, and for those that have heard this story before, I apologize. But I was standing with a group of friends. This is back in 2014, 2015, 2014. And we're out in the middle of the desert, 29 Palms. And somebody says, and these are some of the people that that are right now in the chat room, right? Okay, and we're standing there, and somebody says, hey, and it was like 10 o'clock at night in the middle of the desert, and somebody goes, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we saw a UFO? Right? It's out of the blue. And at that instant, this white orb blasted from the desert floor straight up into the stars. And we all saw it, and it was on cue. Now, what do you do with that? I can't I can't explain that, but the odds of that happening by chance, and it was, and the next day, the next day I went out there and just looked, and it's just desert, brush, desert, all the way to the mountains. There's nothing out there, no roads, nothing, just desert. And I was perplexed, and it was cool. And I'm so glad that the 10 of us saw all of our mouths.
Yeah, that's the best to have people with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Heather, thank you for the phone call. Hey, no
problem. Love you, Jimmy, man.
Yeah, thank you, Heather. I want to remind you and everybody else, I'll be over at Coast to Coast this Saturday. And my guests are John Greenwald, who helped break the big news of the week.
That'll be a good one.
Yep, and Micah Hanks. And so it's going to be a great night over at Coast. So I'll see you over at Coast.
Awesome. All right. Go Beckley Tappy.
Go Beckley Tappy. Thank you so much. And now I'm going to try. Oh, did you hear that? I've never heard that before. So let me see here. Let me see how this works. Okay, I'm going to go here. Wow, I got a strange interface. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, who's this?
Malcolm from Florida.
Hey, Malcolm, what's on your mind tonight?
Oh, a couple of things. I think I've got a really interesting take on UFOs. You know, my father was an officer in the Signal Corps in World War II, operated a radar unit on Iwo Jima, among other places.
Right.
And he had several books by Adamski and Edward Ruppelt and that on his shelves. I mean, it was a matter of professional interest to him. But I've been thinking about something. We all assume that the UFOs are transporting aliens around, and the aliens have all these different races, all of which have in common, apparently, the fact that they can totally control us, overwhelm our sensory impressions, if you will, with mental telepathy and make us feel or experience anything they want us to. Are we agreed so far?
I'm following you.
Okay. It occurred to me, is protoplasm the best form for memory? Compared to, say, solid-state memory, I think it has a lot of disadvantages. It's just what evolution could come up with. I mean, it's chemically fragile, you know. It requires a certain set of conditions. And I think any really advanced life form in the universe or coming here from somewhere else would be solid state. Okay. In other words, why transport a bunch of beings that are 70% water, because that's what protoplasm is, around? Why not just transport the memories around? And then when you get to the landing site and you have to interact with the victims of your, abduction experience, you just materialize the whole crew, the whole shebang with rooms, control panels and the table. And that way, when they're moving around, the UFOs are moving around, there is really nobody in them to be crunched by the G-forces.
All of this is we've talked about each aspect of this, quite a bit, Malcolm, and I would say that the general ideas out there that you are suggesting, I think everybody's in agreement with that. But I always come back with, and I like to ruffle feathers, and I'm going to do it with you right now. You are assuming, just like mostly everybody else, that we're just talking about one species. We're talking about tens of thousands to the infinite different species, different planet systems, different star systems, possibly different galaxies that are completely independent and have no relation to the other, and everybody's going to do it their own way. Some will be light beings, some will just be thought, some will just be energy balls, some will have a ship, some have giant ships, some are traveling through wormholes, some are using some kind of warp drive, some are not, some are just using normal space travel things. And do they age or not? All of these things come into play, and it's just not one thing. It's not one specific species.
I'll give it to you that it looks that way. Looks like there are a lot of alien species running around out there, sometimes such a multiplicity that goes too far, and I can't believe that extreme either. I can't believe there's only one species. I certainly can't believe there's zero. Okay, as somebody said in Contact or something, what a waste of space. But, thousands of species coming here. A machine that specializes in manipulating our reality can produce the virtual existence of any kind of alien it wants to.
Well, why not? Of course.
Yeah.
Anything.
Why schlep around a bunch of protoplasm, essentially 70% water, when you can just schlep around the protoplasm's memories?
But Malcolm, I think you're missing the point, though. There is an infinite amount of biological entities flying around in ships and transporting themselves without the worry of G-forces, without the worry of age, without the worry of food, because they're going from Andromeda to the Milky Way in a nanosecond. They're not taking 10,000 years. They're doing it in a nanosecond. They get here, they do what they want to do, they go back home before lunch. And there aren't these issues. So are some solid state? Sure, absolutely solid state. Mechanical, android, non-biological, sure, absolutely. But there's going to be an equal amount of biological things, and it's an infinite number. It's a huge it's so funny to me. Infinite is such a big number that we don't get it. We use that word too much.
It is a book by an old mathematician named George Gamow called 1, 2, 3 Infinity, in which he argues that there are different scales of infinity.
Yes, there are.
I can't even wrap my mind around
Yep. You're right about that. Yeah. Well, Malcolm, I got to take a commercial break here, my friend. Thank you for the phone call. Yeah.
Well, I got to go to the boys' room real bad, Jimmy. Thanks a lot for talking with me, and perhaps we'll reach agreement someday.
Absolutely. No. It's about it's spirited discussion. Thank you so much, Malcolm. Great phone call from Malcolm out there in Florida somewhere. I am going to take a quick break. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. More of your phone calls are next. On the supernatural, paranormal, UFOs. Tonight, maybe dreams. Lost history. Right? Conspiracy theories. We're going to do all of that next. Stay with me.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Again, visit ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernauts, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, Free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations. Unlimited listening. Unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Tappy.
Okay, nurse, let's get this man to the ER stat.
Right away, doctor.
We see this every day. Heart attack or angina pain due to blocked and clogged arteries. Chelation can remove obstructions or blockages from arteries and help avoid painful and expensive surgery. Now there's Angioprim. It's a liquid oral chelation product that you take with juice. You start to feel the results fast. Angioprim increases blood flow all over the body, and that means more energy and strength to take on the day with less aches and pains. 60 years of research has gone into chelation, and Angioprim is the result. A safe and easy way to unblock your veins and arteries from buildup that slow circulation.
Paging Dr. Jones. Please report to the emergency room right away.
Log on now to angioprim.com. That's ANGIOPRIM.com. Or to speak with a trained consultant. Give Angioprim a call at 954-882-7221. That's 954-882-7221.
Hello, I'm Katie, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA digital broadcast station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We're also Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. It's your phone calls. It's your conversation. UFOs, the supernatural, paranormal, time travel, conspiracy, lost history. Everything's on the table every night on Fader Night. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Hey, JT.
What are you doing?
How you doing, JT?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
It's another Thursday night, man, and it wouldn't be complete if I didn't hear your horn.
Oh, yeah. Hey, did you get yours hooked up yet?
Nope. Still sitting here in the bunker. I'll get it done one of these. One of these
weekends. That brig horn, you know.
Man, we haven't. I haven't had a day off in so long. So looking forward to tomorrow, but then I got to go over to Coast. Last week, Thursday night, right? I had to go and head over to Coast on Friday. It just never stops. But this week it'll be Saturday. What's on your mind tonight, JT?
Hey, just wanted to say, shout out to Donna there. She's going to send in my company, I guess, to the radio station, try to get them nominated for free lunch.
That's right on. Right on.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And, and here's something unique in Indianapolis. I'm always trying to think of something unique, And this is a sad one, though. We had a postal carrier, and my son Justin's a postal carrier, killed the other day, 45-year-old woman, because they had a dog that she complained about, and the post office sent him letters 3 times then they curtailed the mail, and since they curtailed the mail, this 21-year-old kid shot and killed her. She left the daughter and stuff. So that's unique to Indianapolis, I think, kind of on a sad note. But, you know, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah.
And, your DJ voice, you know, I played it back a couple conversations you and I have had, and they go, that's your trucking voice you're using, because I don't talk like, I guess I have a trucking voice, you know. Because I went back and listened to that Uri Geller one on the 14th of April, and, you know, I said, see, that doesn't sound like the same guy, you know. But anyway, I guess I have a trucking voice like you got a DJ voice, you know.
I wanted to ask you, there was one thing that was unique to Indianapolis, and that was the big shopping centers like Washington Square, Castleton Square, Eastgate. What happened with those shopping centers? Are they still there?
Okay, Lafayette Mall's pretty much, there's a couple stores there. Castleton's full-blown still going on, you know. Washington, again, you know, kind of down. Greenwood Mall's full-blown going on, you know. But most of them, about half of them are probably out, you know, out of business. All the big stores are leaving. I know University Park in South Bend, Indiana, a lot of the big name stores, brick and mortars are gone.
It's unbelievable. And how about from like Midhofer up to the 465 on Washington? That was just nothing but stores and restaurants all the way up to the freeway. What's that like now today? Is it still happening? You know, like Cherry Hill?
I don't know. Blueberry Hill's there. Is that the one you mean? Blueberry Hill?
No, it was Cherry Tree Plaza.
I don't know about that one.
It was catty corner to Washington Square, and it just went all the way from Midhofer all the way to the 70. You know, it was a couple of miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one, I got to correct myself on that one, Steak and Ale restaurant. It shut down in 2008. 2018, some people were going to reopen it, but I don't know what happened. They haven't reopened it quite yet, I guess. And of course, this virus thing can delay that even more.
Right. But man, I got to get out to Indy, man. I just got to get out there. I got to go see my parents and and hang out with my friends and do the tour. I got to do it. I wanted to head out to, you know, all of my old homes. You know, I lived in a couple of apartments there, and of course my parents' house, and both of them, and just and to the old schools like, you know, PS 101 and 102.
Right.
Head over to Belzer, check out, you know, Belzer Junior High, and across the street was Lawrence Central. And then, of course,
that's still there.
Yeah, Warren Central, and go check out the Warriors and see how that's grown. I've just got to do it. I just want to shoot some video and see.
Well, we live
see what it's like.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just want to see what it's like today.
Yeah. Well, we live out on the west side. You know, right there, at the Hendricks County line, Marion County, Hendricks County line, and Avon. Like there used to be nothing west of 465 on 10th Street. And now, I mean, Avon, all the way to 10th, I mean, it's just exploded out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's where my parents just bought a home in Avon, and my brother, my brother David, built a house in Avon. So they both live there in Avon. They say it's great.
Yeah. Well, we're neighbors then. Hey, I want to thank everybody, too, for giving a, shout out on the 28th of April for our son's birthday. Heavenly birthday, that replied to that. That's pretty cool. I mean, that kid, he lived life to the fullest. I mean, I sent some pictures of.
Yeah, I saw him.
He never went anywhere. Without whether it was a horror hound show or a wrestling. He was really big into wrestling. We found a wrestling belt, championship belt, 7 autographs on it. Diamond Dallas Page, Roddy Piper. I can't remember them right off the top of my head. Those are the 2 that stick out. But I mean, WWF belt. That he's big into that, and he never went anywhere without a VIP pass. I'm telling you.
Right on, JT.
I mean, and then that's about it. I mean, That's about all I got tonight, really. I mean, I want you to get some other calls. I mean, I did resend that email that Jimmy at Jimmy Church Radio, and read it. Jimmy Church Radio about to donate the membership, but I don't know. You guys must get a ton of emails. I know.
Yeah, I think I did get it, and I'll check it out tomorrow. How's that?
Oh, whenever. I mean, you don't have to do it tomorrow. You're a busy man. I know. You got coast on Saturday. So. Anyway, just want to say, I'm only going to be hauling starch from now on. I'm on the dedicated starch run now, I guess.
It's starch.
They're going to buy me a new truck and everything for this thing,
Hey, JT, be safe out there, man. Get it done.
All right. Number 624 to 26, go back to Big Teppy.
That's what I'm talking about. That's JT from Indianapolis. And thank you so much, JT, for the phone call. And, man, I miss Indy every single day. And now I am figuring out, I think I've got this down now. It's a little more complicated. I got to do a couple of extra clicks. It's not as simple as it used to be, but I am figuring this out. And, okay, yeah, I think I got it. Everybody just be patient here. Just hang on. Just hang on. I will smooth this out as the days and weeks ahead pass us up, but I think I've got it figured out. Okay, so let me try this. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Oh, Mark from Dallas. What up, homie?
Oh, man, Mark from Dallas. I was hoping you'd call in. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm just banging on this guitar, but I was playing along with your on hold music. It was quite challenging.
You're trying to play with Doug Aldrich?
No, man, it was some kind of new age stuff was playing. I'd never heard it before, so I was digging it.
Oh, okay. I don't know what it is. Man, we just got a weird update. So there's music on hold?
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. It was weird, man, because when you were at break, I could hear you talking. Like, I was not on hold. I was listening to the phone, and then you put me on hold, and it just went to this music I've never heard. I've never heard before on your
I don't know, man. I don't know what happened, but it's a crazy update, and I've got this new interface, but I'll figure it out.
No, it's all good, man. I was enjoying it. It's what kind of mood are you in tonight, brother?
Man, it's Thursday night, man. It's Thursday night.
It's the best night of the week.
Somebody just posted, is that a 59 Les Paul? And do you see the picture that I posted yesterday?
I did not.
Okay.
Is it that sunburst?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen you tease me with that.
It's gorgeous.
How dare you?
Man, when I was a kid, there was, I think it was called The Ultimate Guitar Handbook, and it was put out, I think it was by Guitar Player Magazine. Big, thick,
I had it.
Right, the coffee table book with all the big full color. And they had that like 59 Les Paul flame top on the cover with like a black, might have been Eric Clapton's black Strat or something like that on the cover. But
yes.
I never forget, and it had a Martin D45 on the cover too as well.
Of course.
So, right? Well, anyway, that flame top Les Paul, there is something about that. Jimmy Page and everything. I understand.
Oh.
But it was just the way that it looked on the cover of that book and the pictures on the inside, and I always had to have one, so now I do.
No, congratulations is what I can say to that. I would love to have one, although I am a Strat guy, but it's weird when you pick up a Gibson or a Paul Reed, it just doesn't feel like a Fender. Fender just has a feel all to itself, and Strats aren't easy to play for me, man. I mean, and that's virtually all I play, but it's almost like on a 2 or 3 hour gig, it's almost like a wrestling match with that Strat. It's and I can pick up a Paul Reed or an SG or a Les Paul. It's so much easier, and I can't explain it. But I'm like, why do I not play these all the time?
Right.
But it's something about that tone of that Strat I'm addicted to, and I can't get out of it. And plus, I'm from Texas. It's almost, I think it's state law that we play Strats down here. I don't know. I haven't checked that out yet, but.
Yeah, there's a sound, there's a tone from the Gibson with the shorter scale than a Fender, and it's great for metal. It's great for it's great for certain things, but there's no question about that. But a Strat it's different. It's just got a different tone, and you start flipping through the pickups, and you get these crazy combinations, and you can still pull the Les Paul sounds out of it if you want to and set it up that way. But a Les Paul will never sound like a Strat.
You know what's weird, man? Yeah, you make a great point, because I enjoy playing clean through a Strat. I don't enjoy playing clean through a Les Paul, if that makes sense.
No, that's totally, here's, show this to everybody. This is the Les Paul we're talking about.
Oh, see.
Man, look at that. Isn't that just,
work of art?
It is. And when you have, the flamage like this, where it's just 3D, but I don't play this guitar. It just stays up there. It's a work of art, man. I just sit there and look at it, and there you go. So what's on your mind, man?
Man, you want to talk music a little bit?
Yep.
Okay. I got a cool, we used to play a lot of cool music games on here, and we haven't done that in a while.
Okay.
And I came up with something new that I think may be fun for not only us, but all the Fadernauts listening. I'd love participation if y'all would like to start posting. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to mention a color, and then we will come up with whatever we can think of in music that has that color in it. So, in other words, I'm going to start with the color white.
Are you smoking weed? Are you smoking weed? That's a weed. That's a weed phone call right there.
Dude,
wait a minute, you're in law enforcement, so.
I'm not smoking. I'm not smoking weed right now.
And you're in Texas, so that pretty much takes the weed question out of the mix. But a weed!
More mushroom country down here.
Okay, all right. So the first color is white. Well,
okay. I'm gonna give you one. Barry White, obviously, one of my favorites.
Beatles White Album.
Perfect. White Stripes.
White Stripes. I go with that.
Hey, man, what was that dude at Earth, Wind, and Fire? Was his name Maurice White?
Yep.
Maurice White. That's what I thought, man.
Yep. And I think we just ran out of whites.
Play that funky music, white boy.
Well, okay, now you're reading off your list, because there's no way you would have remembered that. Who was the band?
Average White Band.
What about White Chocolate?
Okay, I'm done. What about White Bird?
You remember White Chocolate, the band? Or that was Hot Chocolate?
I don't remember White.
Or was it Hot Chocolate?
I remember Hot Chocolate. White Chocolate's a cool name, though.
White Chocolate.
You come up with that?
Oh, geez.
All right, man.
Okay, this show just went right down. Right down. Oh gosh, I can see the comments now. I can see the comments. Okay, but see. There's another way, and we'll do it at another time. Okay,
that's great.
There's another way to play this game. See,
cool.
Because you just said, like, Barry White, and then I could say Barry Manilow. Right?
Oh.
All right? You see how you could just go off into the tangents and see how far you could keep it going.
That would be fun.
Oh, somebody just said White Snake, White Lion.
Ooh.
Great White.
That? What? Great White.
White Wedding.
How do we?
Wider shade of pale.
That's what I'm talking about.
See?
That's what I call it. See?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, the participation, baby.
White Christmas.
Now,
White Christmas.
That's a good one.
White Shark. This is all the Fadernauts. Oh, how about Whitebird?
See, I said Whitebird. One of my all-time favorite songs.
It's a beautiful song. Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
Violin, man.
Yeah, beautiful song.
Beautiful song. So let's do one more. I want the Fadernauts to help me because the color yellow, I'm having hell with. I cannot come up with hardly anything in yellow. Although there is a song called Yellow by Coldplay.
Yellow Submarine.
Ooh, how did I not think of that?
Man, you're fired.
It's that mushroom I did earlier.
Man, you got to stand in the corner for 3 weeks.
God, I'm humiliated by the Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, yellow's a tough one. Yellow's a
I
tough
was
one.
gonna say
Wait. Yellow Snow, Frank Zappa.
Oh, God, one of my favorite songs.
Yep.
Hey,
Even though that song might have been Montana. Right? Right.
That was a great line about the yellow snow.
It was. Don't you eat the yellow snow down there where the Huskies go.
Huskies go.
Mellow yellow. Mellow yellow.
Mellow yellow. Mellow yellow.
Yellow Rose of Texas. Yellow Rose of Texas. You are so fired.
I'll see now I'm really in the corner now.
Yellow Brick Road. Yellow Brick Road.
Yellow Brick Road. What the? See, I'm such an idiot.
Man. See,
I was going to say Barry Manilow, but I know that's not right.
Oh, man, they're all coming in. Yellow Magic Orchestra. Yellow Ledbetter. How could you not?
Oh, Yellow Ledbetter, yeah.
Yeah, tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. How about that?
Holy.
How about the Yellow Jackets? The Yellow Jackets.
The Yellow Jackets.
You're so fired. You're not even a guitar player. You left out the Yellow Jackets.
Turning my union card now.
I swear.
This is pitiful.
Oh, man. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road. Man, they're just slapping you around now, Mark. Hey, Mark, thank you.
I feel like,
Thank you for the phone call, my friend. That was awesome.
Okay, man.
I'll talk to you.
I'll holler at you in a week or two, brother.
Yeah, I'll talk to you. That's great. Awesome. Mark from Dallas. And I feel bad. I feel bad. That was a great phone call. 747-228-2051. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
That was a great phone call.
Okay, that's it. You got to turn me down. 3, 2, 1. I hate to do this. There you go. Gone. You got to be ready to go. Got to be ready to go. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Okay, that's it. You got to turn me down.
Okay, all right. Man. You got to be ready to go. I'll clear out everybody. I don't have any issues with that. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Donna from Kentucky.
Hey, Donna from Kentucky. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing tonight?
It's Thursday night, Donna. Come on.
Yeah. You forgot Yellow, the group that sang "Oh Yeah."
I don't remember that. Did you just play Stump the Panel? Did you stump me?
Well, it was. I think it was the last song on the Ferris Bueller's Day Off, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right. Well, we all have our favorites. You know what? I'll go out there right now and I'll say this. Do you remember the movie Twister?
Yeah.
Okay. Great movie, right? Love that movie. Great movie.
I love disaster movies.
Yeah. Now, at the end of the movie, during the credits, it's Van Halen playing an instrumental on his guitar. The drums come in eventually. But that right there, the end of Twister, if you've never heard it, go and check that out. It is one of the best pieces of music. Man, I'm going to whip that out on Coast this Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm going to find that.
I have it on DVD, so I'll go and watch it.
Yeah, check it out. It's really cool. Yeah. What's on your mind tonight, Donna?
I forgot to tell you another movie from the last weekend, or last Thursday, Code 8 by the same guy that's in Upload.
The TV series?
Yeah.
Now, that starts tonight. It started today. Haven't seen it yet. Don't No spoilers, Donna, but have you checked it out
I
yet?
haven't seen it either.
Okay, all right. Man, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. It's going to be an awesome night.
Yeah, he's also in that movie Code 8 with his cousin from Arrow, so you might like that one too.
Okay.
And you might want to check out as soon as it gets available in this country. There's a sequel to Attraction called Invasion. I'm waiting impatiently for him to come out here.
Now, you want to see...
I really like that movie.
Okay, since we're recommending movies, I'm going to recommend these two movies. And I'll have to defer to Rita about part 3 if I think we're still waiting for it. But anyway, they're Russian. Night Watch and Day Watch. Night Watch is part 1. Day Watch is part 2. And when you watch the movies, don't watch the dubbed versions. Watch it in Russian with American English subtitles. And
I can do that. I have the captions always on my TV.
Now, did you write it down? Night Watch and Day Watch. Night Watch and Day Watch. I'm telling you, so well made. And that director, he's done a few Hollywood films since then. Everybody wants him to direct their films. But, and there is, I can't remember what the name of the third film is. It's from a series of books, a long series of books. But watch it. And I'm watching Twitter. Twitter is on fire tonight, Donna. Night Watch, it was such a highly recommended movie from us that I knew that everybody that was going to check it out from Rita's and I's recommendation, we have it on DVD, the originals. It's a life-changing movie. That's strong. So Night Watch and Day Watch. There's
another one too.
What's that?
There's another one on that they put on Amazon Prime. It's from Russia. It's like an X-Men movie. It's called The Guardians. I'm going to watch it this weekend. Oh. Because I just found it on there.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure if another good one, since we're recommending movies, I'm going to be headed towards a break. The Gentleman. That's right. Guy Ritchie just came out with a new mafia gangster flick with Matthew McConaughey. It's good.
Ooh.
Yeah, The Gentleman.
Oh.
There you go. But tonight it is Upload.
Yeah. Oh, and I got a Father's Day recommendation for Rita and your daughters for you.
What is it?
That I think would be perfect.
What is it?
They need to find somebody to make you a replica belt buckle that looks just like the one on that thing at Gobekli Tepe.
There you go.
With the
H.
And then the leather part of the belt have the etchings from around it, because I looked at a picture of it today.
Yep.
And I said, that'd be perfect for you.
Did you hear that, Rita? Rita, a Gobekli Tepe belt. Okay, Donna, 30 seconds.
And also a 3D printed version of that for your desk.
I would love a Gobekli Tepe 3D diorama. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be seriously cool. Maybe I should make one out of Legos. That would be cool, too. Mm-hmm. Donna, enjoy your weekend.
I sure will. Shout out to JT and Gobekli Tepe.
Gobekli Tepe. Thank you so much, Donna. Behave and be well.
Will do. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And I'm serious, Night Watch and Day Watch. That's where it's at. Night Watch and Day Watch. Somebody needs to get those links up there for me, and I'll do a retweet. Night Watch and Day Watch. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. I'll be right back.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you want to be an official Fadernight? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Introducing the new Surfer Music app. Listen, Fadernauts, you know I love my music. This is my go-to for all things notes. The Surfer app is a brand new concept in music listening. Surfer is free, providing unlimited access to thousands of live streaming radio stations. Surfer is an exciting, interactive listening experience. Discovery and surprise are built right in. Surfer is your destination to discover and rediscover great live streaming music. It features high-quality audio streams, free access to music from thousands of live streaming radio stations, unlimited listening, unlimited skipping. You get a music visualizer, and you can also select your favorite channels. Get it at the Apple App Store or Google Play. Just search Surfer Music or click on the Surfer banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Go Beckley Teppy.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
If you have hard water, the lime scale not only leaves white spots, it clogs pipes and breaks down appliances, costing you hundreds of dollars in energy and wear. Eliminate lime scale and other water issues like brown staining and bad odors with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable water systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to bestwater123.com. That's bestwater123.com.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader Night. Open lines all night long. Now, if you're on hold, you got to be ready to go. Listening to that hold music that I know nothing about, by the way. But you've got to be ready to go. Make sure you turn me down in the background. All right, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jason from Louisiana.
Jason or Jay?
Jay.
Jay, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Jimmy. How's it going? I want to say hi to all the Fader Knots out there.
Yeah, right
Love
on,
the
Jay.
show.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate
So
that.
two things, Jimmy, I wanted
Yeah.
to kind of bring up, and one of them was the Betty and Barney Hill story.
Love it.
A lot of people don't bring it up that much anymore, but I really think that's the first time we ever heard of Zeta Reticuli, and the second time we heard it was when Bob Lazar said he read some briefings that mentioned Zeta Reticuli. So I find it interesting, the whole Betty and Barney Hill story. They drew a star map before the stars were even found.
Trade routes. Yeah, that was crazy.
Right?
And for me, and I've mentioned this many times, but one of the things that really supercharged my journey into ufology, I was always into it and studied it the best that I could, but I stumbled upon a copy of, in my home, that's another story in itself, but a copy of An Interrupted Journey. And I read that cover to cover and flipped it over and started reading it again. I had heard about Betty and Barney Hill, and I thought that I knew the story. Then I read the book. And that book, not only did it change me, but it scared the crap out of me. And I felt so bad for Barney and the things that he went through in the book. But the photographs and the other things in the book were just absolutely amazing. And
it's a very compelling story.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had Kathleen Martin on this show many times, and she was at the Hills house the next day, because that was her aunt and uncle. And the next day, hold on for a second, I'm literally going to text Rita. Yes. I had to do that. I had to text yes to her. And she was there the next day. And so for Kathleen Martin to be with us in this community, to keep that story out front, because she was there. She's a first-hand witness to everything that her family went through. So I totally agree with you. You said there was another point that you wanted to bring up.
Yeah, I know you're big into Egypt, Jimmy.
Yes.
And I got to say, I'm wondering if, kind of put dots together, I'm wondering if the Ark of the Covenant has something to do with inside the pyramids. Was it its power source? Was it, it's odd that they lost it. I believe I know where it's at, following preachers for years. But it is strange that they had it, I think it was the King's Chamber, a tomb, or the Queen's Chamber, I can't remember exactly. But the dimensions were very close to what the Ark of the Covenant was. So I wonder if you have any input. I know you're a big Egypt guy.
Well, the sarcophagus, or the whatever you want to call that granite box that is in the King's Chamber today, it's too small. Remember, Egyptians always had the stone sarcophagus inside of a sarcophagus, like Russian dolls,
Correct.
Right? One inside of another. And so the way that it sits right now, like if you're a 6 foot tall person, I don't know the exact dimensions, but it's too small. Right? It's right. Too small to have a bunch of other Russian doll styled, coffins inside of it. And Jason Martell has spoken about this many times, that if you take the dimensions as presented in the Bible for the Ark of the Covenant, for the construction of it, it fits perfectly inside of that stone box. And could that be the missing puzzle piece here? And
power source. I truly believe it might be a generator for ancient civilizations, and clearly the magical Egypt shows us how they did their art. And it's just a crazy world, Jimmy.
Yeah, I know. When it comes to the Great Pyramid, I think that I've done way too much research on it, and I've done, so much, that when I look at it today, I just don't see a tomb. I don't see a monument.
No. Same.
There's something else there, and I can't wait to figure it out. I want to know what's in the Grand Gallery, above the Grand Gallery, that new chamber that's there. If you go back and you look at the Dassault animation videos of the construction of the Great Pyramid, they suggest that one of an escape route. Okay, so the workers are building the Great Pyramid. They get up into the King's Chamber. They have the traps that happen behind them. They seal it off. Now you're 8, 10, 20 guys, right, standing in the King's Chamber. How do you get out? Right? Okay, so over behind the sarcophagus on the floor, you can look at photographs of inside of the King's Chamber. There's one stone down on the floor, one block down on the floor in the corner that is a different color. The entire King's Chamber is all one color of granite. This one stone is the wrong color. So what they suggest is that is a tunnel. That's an entrance to a tunnel. They went out of the tunnel, pushed that block up in, and then left the pyramid. And they suggest that there is another room and a stairway and a descending passage that went right out into the sands of Egypt onto the Giza Plateau. It's a great video, and it's a great demonstration of the possibilities for that. And
it is holding more secrets, that's for sure.
Yeah, and so
absolutely.
to get those trap doors in, you have to do one after another, which can only suggest one thing. The workers were left inside of the King's Chamber, so they had to turn around and leave.
Definitely did.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
Hey, Jay,
well,
great.
Jimmy, I'm going to let you get back to more calls, but
great phone call.
Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe. Thank you so much, Jay.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Jay from Louisiana. That's a great phone call right there. And every day I think about that. Let's go back to the phones. Turn me down in the background. I'm letting you know now. I'm watching the meters. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Dan.
Hi, Dan. How are you? Where are you calling from?
From Michigan.
From Michigan. What's on your mind tonight?
I know he doesn't like talk about the corona, COVID, all that bullshit. I just wanted to hear his input on lasting effects that it's going to cause.
Okay, well, say it again, but no bad language on the show, Dan. But let's try it again, though. What was the question about coronavirus?
Just the long-lasting effects that it's gonna cause in our country.
The virus or the economic devastation?
Yeah, Second, the devastation, what it's exactly like what long-lasting effects that's gonna create from this whole shutdown and whatnot.
Yeah, I think it's going to take. I mean, we got into it really quickly, right? Couple of months, right? Devastation. I think it's going to take a while to swing back out of it. And I don't want to, be doom and gloom because I don't look at it that way. But because the economy coming back is actually going to be a lot of fun. We're going to see growth. We're going to see new industries. We're going to see new startup companies, new restaurants, a new way of doing business. And, we're going to, see the stock market and everything. It's going to come back to life. So I think that's going to be more fun than a bad situation. But I think that...
No, that's what I'm saying. I just want does Jimmy think it's going to bounce back? I'm hoping, everybody's hoping that's going to do? Or?
Yeah, it's going to bounce back. It's going to be great. You're talking to Jimmy, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're live on the air right now. Right now, Dan.
But that was my worry because I know a lot of small businesses that are closing down and they didn't make it through this, and that's pretty scary for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I get the feeling that, and this is just me, but I get the feeling that we're all a little bit tired of staying at home, that we need to get back out. We need to get back to work. We need to get our lives back into the normal pattern. And we're all starting to get cabin fever. So that's going to be pretty exciting to finally get out. But I think everybody's ready for it. I really do. I think that's where we are at. And I don't think it's going to get worse, right? From here on out, it's going to be better. And that's my take, and I think that's the way it's going to be.
No, absolutely. And to one of your previous callers, Yellow Bandana for a Yellow song. Yellow Bandana. Come on.
There you go, Dan. Thank you for the phone call, my friend.
Love you too, man. Jimmy, I love your work. Great job.
Go Beckley Tappy.
Go Beckley Tappy.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. And that's Dan from Michigan. And that's my take right now. I just think that it is going to be a nice rise in the economy, getting everything coming back, and just enjoying that part of it. I think it's going to be okay, right? We're not gonna go in the other direction. Right, I just don't see it happening that way. But that's my take. But how could it be any other way than that? Right? Okay. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the airline industry, the shipping industry, the car industry. Everything's got to wrap back up into production, tourism, all of the restaurants. Right, that literally have been shut down. You've got to pull everybody back, and what if your employees don't want to come back? Maybe they want to go and change jobs. Maybe they found another job while they were in this downturn. All things to consider. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. Okay, let's go here. You're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Oh, okay. Let's go here. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Wow, that's weird. Okay, am I doing something? Man, I swear to everybody, I'm doing this correct. Let's try this. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Okay, I'm going to hang up.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Okay.
Bobby?
What is going on with these phone calls, man? Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Okay, I'm just going to go blind. This is fun. Well, what can you say? Okay, let's try this one. Hi, you're live on Faded Black. Who's calling?
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Oh, wow, that was fast.
Yep.
Hi, Jimmy. It's Nick, Houston.
Hey, Nick. How are you?
Great. How are you tonight?
It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. Trying to figure out my new phone system that just decided to start running before the show. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, it seems to be working.
There you go. What's on your mind tonight, Nick?
A book that I know that you've read, because you talked about it when you interviewed the author, was Peter Levenda's Secret Machines, God's Man in War, Volume 1.
Yep.
And I'm not wanting to get into the PTSA nonsense tonight, but that book did make me think about some things. And particular human sacrifice with the Mayans on top of the pyramids, and how they talked about how they would pick like their best to be sacrificed, like the brightest and strongest, healthiest, and they would go through all these rituals of good food and everything, and they adorn them with the look of whatever god they were sacrificing to, you know?
Right.
Okay. And all that
made me think, I had made a mental connection to the Apollo 1 tragedy.
Okay. I am going to follow you. Keep going, Nick.
Okay, well, because our astronauts was, at least the way we regarded them as our best and brightest and bravest, and the one they're like idolized and put atop this great obelisk, basically a rocket, and then ritualistically burned as an offering to God Apollo as a blessing for the rest of the Apollo missions.
Right. Keep going. I like your thoughts here.
I don't know if I have much more to elaborate on it. I think that just kind of plays out my connecting of dots, but it was interesting.
Yeah, well, okay. Two things that come to mind, which is Apollo 1 was an accident. The sacrifices by the Mayans, some were volunteers, some weren't, but they weren't accidents.
Well, I guess this would be the conspiracy theory that it wasn't an accident.
Right. No, of course. Of course. You took the words out of my mouth, right? So could that have been the case? Could it have been a sacrifice? Now, oh, man, what a horrible thought, right? But I still have the same horrible thoughts for all of the victims that were thrown down those stairs after they had their heart cut out, and they were probably still alive for a minute or two, right?
Yeah.
Your heart gets cut out, but your brain is still active. You can still see, right? And you know that this is about to go down. And on top of that, and I'm trying to think, what was the movie that had those scenes in it when everybody was painted blue? Apocalypto.
That was amazing.
Wasn't it amazing? And
that movie is incredible.
And how emotional did you get during those scenes when you knew, right? Everybody's painted blue and standing in line.
Uh-huh.
You know, who's
you're
next?
Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
and you lead them through you see the hieroglyphics or whatever with the guys with painted blue, and they're getting their hearts ripped. Oh crap! I know what's about to happen.
Right, and
a testament to director Mel Gibson. He's very good at setting up for bad stuff's about to happen.
I watched that movie a few times back to back when it came out, and the historical perspective on it I thought it was amazing. But it was also, I thought it was probably, because we don't know a whole lot about the Mayans, but it was probably pretty accurate. It was probably pretty accurate. And you remember at the bottom of the steps, the pile of bodies, right? Oh, man. And they were doing it because they were starving to death, and they had issues, and there was things that were going on in their society. And the only answer that they had, and they had to listen to the shamans and the high priests in the Mayan culture, that the only way to do this was to do these mass sacrifices. And wow, just emotionally, I was a wreck. But I couldn't stop watching it. I just thought it was a very historical a movie. That it was well done.
Yeah, back on the Apollo thing real quick. Because I wondered if anyone else had thought about this line of thinking. So I just Google searched Apollo 1 sacrifice, not thinking more beyond that. But of course, 100 articles show up of the sacrifice of the Apollo 1 astronaut, the sacrifice that was made by the Challenger crew. And that's a word that is used a lot in a different context than it, what it originally meant anyway,
Right.
But then I also thought about how all the people that talk about secret society, Illuminati stuff, and having to show what they're actually doing publicly, but through like a lens that it seems like something else,
Right.
And then I think about
how they're always putting out all the articles about the sacrifice of the Apollo 1 astronauts, etc.
Hey, Nick, have you ever thought about when you do Google searches like that if anybody came in and grabbed your computer, right? And it could be for anything, man. It could be whatever, income taxes. You did something, whatever. But they go and they go, man, this guy was looking up Illuminati Apollo 1 sacrifices. And they go, what was this guy into?
Very interesting time rolling through my search history.
Yeah. Do you clean your search history, your browser history?
Not routinely.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Nick, man, enjoy your weekend.
You too, Jimmy. Take care, all right?
Yeah, thank you so much. Go Beckley Tepe.
Double go Beckley Tepe to you.
Right on. Nick Houston right there. And I've often thought, do you clean your browser history? And the only reason why I'm saying this, not because there's, something crazy or something strange or something weird. It's more about the things that we do end up searching in this community. Have you ever thought about that? Where somebody's going to go in and see your browser history. What if your computer's broke and you need to go and take it into some computer guy and he's checking out your system and he's looking and it's like, what the heck is going on here? Have you ever thought about that? You ever thought about that? And yes, UFOs and Bigfoot and lost history in Egypt, just this crazy long line of stuff that you're out there researching in just a normal day having fun, right? Status Unknown just said cleaning browser history doesn't work, and I thought about that too as well, right? Right. With that, I am going to take a break. It is Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. We're going to come back after this short break and get right back to your phone calls. 747-228-2051. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Stay with me. I'll be right back.
Hi everybody, this is Rob Halford, the Metal God on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to GetTheT.com. That's GetTheT.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to GetTheT.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's GetTheT.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from River Moon. Just click on the River Moon coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
So are you tired of being tired? Well, then it's time to get the tea. Hey, it's Lisa here to tell you about this all-natural, all-organic tea I've been drinking that has had great results for over 20 years. It's called Life Change Tea, and it's specially formulated to help detoxify and cleanse your kidneys, liver, colon, and blood all at once. The colon is one of the most ignored organs in the human body. The faster that waste is eliminated from the body, the less time that waste sits in our intestines, spreading toxins toxins to our bloodstream. This tea helps cleanse chemicals caused by outside intruders from our entire digestive system. And get this, weight loss can be a side effect. And with continued use of the tea, you can experience clearer, healthier, younger looking skin, increased energy, and a happier outlook on life. So if you're tired of being tired, get the Life Change Tea at getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. And like me, you'll be glad you did.
Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of Fade to Black by just calling 605-562-4482? No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Just call 605-562-4482. You can listen to me, Jimmy Church, on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Go Beckley Tappy.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. Yeah, wrestling with this new phone system that just decided to update on its own. But I think I've got it down. I do. So let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Is this me?
Yes.
It's Stacy from Colorado. How are you, Jimmy?
I just want to make sure. This is Stacy with a heart.
Yes, Stacy with an I, started with a heart, as you always say. I love that.
What is crap?
I just have to remind you, I am the CEO and CWO of Fade to Black, and I just feel like I should check in periodically, call, and just say what's up.
So I'm supposed to be on my toes right now in my best behavior?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. No, you're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
I appreciate that.
So I wanted to talk about food because talk about synchronicities. We both have the same thing for dinner.
Ribs and rice?
Well, we didn't do the rice. We actually went wholeheartedly with the ribs and a little bit of leftover roasted veggies.
Oh, that's good.
But Dan smoked them all day. Like, working from home is good for my diet.
And I bet you he's
just say I'm eating well.
And he's completely meticulous.
He is. He is hardcore.
He is. He's a great guy. Great guy. Anybody that loves coffee and the art, the ceremony of making coffee like he does, I bet you his ribs are spot on the money.
Exactly. He'll enjoy that we're talking about him.
Right on, Stace.
He's chuckling from the other room.
So,
anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I just, it's been a while, and I feel like right now we are all sitting at home a little bit bored, and it's the perfect time for me to remind everybody that we have this, crowdsourced project we keep working on intermittently that is the Fade to Black cookbook.
Right.
And we want to collect recipes from Fadernauts from everywhere and put them together in sections. If you have a recipe, we'll create a section for it. So I just want to encourage people to, right now, while you're at home, you're cooking, think about what you would cook for Fadernauts if you had us all around your table. And throw together a recipe and send it by email to f2bcookbook@gmail.com.
There you go. And post it up there on Twitter. And I'll do a retweet on it. And let me say this. This is what's funny. We have, over at the house, we have too much food, right? We went crazy just like everybody else. We were paranoid. And it's just like, man, all I want right now is a Big Mac. I don't want any more home cooked food. And
I will admit that my run to Trader Joe's today, I came home with far more chocolate than Staples today.
Yeah, I know. I said to Rita the other day, this is how bad home cooking has got. Everybody knows I make the best red sauce in the world, and it's a treat, and it's a thing, and it is absolutely delicious. So Rita walks out on the patio.
Well, everybody has heard you say that, but nobody has been able to taste test it.
Well,
so that's why we need the cookbook.
Yeah.
You guys, that will be in the cookbook.
It's kind of like my guitar playing. Maybe the mystery is better than the real thing. But, so I'm sitting out on the patio, and Rita comes out, and I said, hey, I've got a great idea for dinner. I swear, her next words were this: no pasta. Right? I was like, wait. I wasn't even going there. But that's how we have cooked everything that we can cook. So tomorrow night, I put in the request in advance. We're doing fish and chips. So that's going to be tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that. Tonight, it's ribs and rice.
Are you making them or are you taking them out?
No. We're making it at home.
Okay.
Yeah, fish and chips at home. We have a great fish and chips place up the street that is unbelievable, and we always over-order because you go in there and you're hungry and you just order way too much, and then you've got leftover fish and chips, which is never you can only do that fresh, right? But
right.
But tomorrow night we're going to cook at home fish and chips. I'm so looking forward to that. But I'm serious too. I'm serious. Fast food is the treat. Man,
it is.
Should I tell everybody what we did the other night?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know. Will Rita be mad that I said yes?
We did.
I talk to her regularly. I can't make her mad.
We did Taco Bell.
Oh, that's a attitude, Jimmy.
Oh man, and it was so good. You know what I did? This is how bad it got, Stacy. And look, everybody can make all the comments that you want. I don't care. Sometimes Taco Bell may be the best cuisine on the planet. If the right place, the right time, right moment, there is nothing like Taco Bell. And this is what I did. I actually ordered 3 Taco Supremes Crunchy.
Oh, God.
And to back that up, Nachos Bel Grande. For one person. And then ordered 12, a dozen of their Cinnabon balls, right? and what they called their fresh strawberry freeze. And I'm telling you, I ate it all. It was so good.
With glee.
Oh man, it was just so good.
Man, I've not enjoyed Taco Bell in well over a decade.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, it was so good. And look, we could have gone home. We could have made meatloaf. We could have made steaks. We could have made Rita's chicken and rice, or her beef and rice, or mashed potatoes.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Could have made pasta. Could have made meatballs. Could have done anything. Could have done kebabs on the grill. Could have done that too, right?
Your kebabs are the bomb.
But Taco Bell, and it was so good, man. It was so good. So what's that email address one more time?
f2bcookbook@gmail.com.
Everybody, we've been putting this cookbook together for the better part of a year, and Stacy has not only taken charge of this and spearheaded it, but has put it all together. So if you have,
and I'll tell you, there are a few guests that I have picked, and we're going to get recipes. I'm not going to drop names, but there's some F2B guests who are going to contribute as well. So.
Yeah, they're all excited about it, and I can't wait. We'll do a full publish on the book, and make sure it's done right. I'm so looking forward to it. I have 2 or 3 things that I will contribute. And last night, I forget the TV series. Oh, it was a Future Man. And Ed Begley, in one of the episodes, says to, his name is Mark, the guy from the future, he says he's teaching him how to cook in his kitchen. And he goes, okay, in order to be a chef, you have to make a perfect omelet. And we're going to start there. And Ed Begley is right. And I will include in this, and Rita will back me up, I will do my omelet recipe on how to make the perfect omelet.
Nice.
Got to do it.
Nice. Okay. Fadernight, you got to bring it.
Yeah, you got to bring it.
Let's make this happen.
Stacy, thank you so much. We miss you. And
I'll miss you.
I can't believe.
See you at Starworks for sure. I cannot wait.
Man, that's 6 months from now. And I can't believe because we get together so many times throughout the year and our family and our group of friends, and we just throw down, and we haven't been able to do it. It's just crazy.
It feels hard.
It's crazy.
It feels hard.
But we did have a good time in February.
Yes.
I mean,
yes,
seriously, that was 6 months worth of get-togethers concentrated into 4 or 5 days. So
we do that. We love hard in those few days. We laugh hard. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, from the beginning of the morning when we wake up and
we stumble out, kind of bleary-eyed.
You know what's funny?
Laughing.
When we do those things, and literally. We are the first faces we see in the morning and the last faces we see at night.
Always, yeah.
Absolutely
I love
incredible.
That.
Stacy, enjoy your weekend. Okay, give my best to Dan.
I will.
I'll talk to you.
Love to you guys. Take care, and I love to all the Fadernight.
Go back,
Tappy.
Go back, Lee Tappy. That's what I'm talking about. That is Stacy with an I. Oh, absolutely incredible. Thank you so much for that. And Stacy will, we'll get that email address up in Twitter, and I'll do a retweet for everybody. But yeah, absolutely. If you have a recipe, you need to submit it for our Fade to Black cookbook. And it's incredible. We've got a lot of recipes in there so far. Oh, JT's got some pasta right up there in the screen. I guess that's what they're doing right now in Indianapolis. Got something in my throat. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Jacqueline again from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
How you doing, Jacqueline?
Oh, pretty good. I have a comment about Adam Curry's show with the consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
I had this thought. When our 12-strand DNA is activated and we use 100% of our mind, would it be something like that movie that I haven't seen yet, Mon-Thu, Lucy? Wouldn't that be awesome?
I don't know if the world can handle me with some activation going on. I think I'm activated enough, but you're right. And Lucy was a good film. Lucy was a good film.
I can't wait to see it. Also, some of my favorite TV shows. Did you see Extant with Halle Berry?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, that's an awesome series. And then the other one was Dark Angel with Jessica Alba.
Yep, saw it. That was good. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
Another, speaking of Lucy, which was Scarlett Johansson, there are 2 movies with Scarlett Johansson that are must-watches for all of the Fadernauts. One is her first movie that she ever made. I think it was her first one, Ghost World. And if you haven't seen Ghost World, you need to go and watch it and then check back in with me. But there's another one. She made a movie where she is an alien, and it's a serious movie too, by the way. It's pretty scary. It's called Under the Skin, and it was Scarlett, woofa, and what an ending too as well. For an alien flick, this is totally different, and it's really, really, really good. Under the Skin with Scarlett Johansson, absolutely incredible. Jacqueline, enjoy your weekend.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I got a question.
Sure.
The last thing you say is something about Pepe or something.
Göbekli Tepe.
What does that mean?
That's a place in modern-day Turkey on the Syrian border, and it's the oldest megalithic site in the world. It's 10,500 BC. It's 7,000 years older than the Great Pyramid. It's crazy. Göbekli Tepe. Look it up. Gobekli. Gobekli. 2 words. Second word Tepe. Tepe. Look it up. There you go.
Okay, thank you much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jackie. Göbekli Tepe. And, Göbekli Tepe. Okay, let me, this is interesting. I'm a little slower at the draw here. I'm just a little slower because this is just taking its time. It's not quick like it used to be, but I will get it all figured out. But it's smooth. I kind of dig it, just a little slower. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Nathan in Ohio.
Hey, Nathan, how are you?
Doing good. I know it's hard for you to, this is Nathan in Ohio. I've listened to your show since I've listened probably since 2014. I probably started calling in 2015.
Right.
I know it's hard for you to know people from people on your show, though. But I typically discuss abduction experiences that I've had and other supernatural seeming encounters that I've had.
Mm-hmm.
And what I wanted to talk about was how, because you were talking about the dream that you had. And actually, I've been sitting here listening to the show, and I've been hearing interesting synchronistic tidbits of things that I think about on a regular basis.
Like what?
But, like the you're talking about the scale and the species out there and things like that. And I often, and you were also talking about your dream about robots and how it seemed like it was an AI world where your brain had been unfrozen. And the thing is the dreams that I deal with, and I don't underestimate that. I've been dealing with dreams that have been, I tell people they're big Hollywood budget. And I wanted to ask you, do you often dream, is it rare for you to dream, your immediate location? Or is it more common that you dream of something external to yourself?
Who, for me?
Yeah.
For me, my dreams have always been something that I can relate to. So I've dreamed a lot about Panama, my excursions down there, and the things that we used to do. Also, my old home and going back and visiting it and weird things like that. A lot. I have other dreams very consistently where I get in the car. Most of the time, it's with Rita. And the two of us drive across the country and visit cities and even rent apartments and start a new life and these weird, just weird things and weird places that we rent. And those repeat all the time. And I have quite a few recurring dreams where I am always, in just about every dream, I'm always with people that I know. Always. And I've had years of dreams of a recording studio with lots of guitars in it that I go to and hang out with friends. Very similar to the bunker here. Except it's a recording studio and it's a place where we go and play. Always with a dark gray world. It's never like vibrant and nice. There's always some kind of nightmarish element to it that is kind of fun. But yeah, and that's what I do. I never go out of body. I don't think I've ever had a dream of extraterrestrials and on another planet or a starship or no.
Well, no. I think I've gotten to where I can tell the difference between when I'm having a dream and having what you might think of as an astral experience. Although I'm not somebody who has learned how to astral project on their own doing. Mm-hmm. It seems that it's not common that you come across somebody who believes himself to be a repeatedly abducted person who questions whether or not extraterrestrials is exactly I guess the point of the call I made is I think it's time that it seems like it would be a good point to start understanding what different people mean by alien.
Yeah, okay.
I think there are so many.
Yeah, I hear you there, Nathan. And the astral, the out of body astral experience, I've never done it. Not that I know of, right? But so many have. So many have. And you go and you listen to somebody like Jason Quitt, who has written books about it, right? But I have never done that. I've never done it by accident or on purpose. Not in a dream.
It seems to me I have them whenever something strange or unusual has manifested. Oftentimes a dream will lead to it, almost like the dream starts it out, mm-hmm. and then it kind of acts as a gateway into a greater open environment. Because mm-hmm. I mean, I have. It's not uncommon that I'll have 3 or 4 dreams in a period of a few hours of sleep that are clear and easy to remember. It was my dreams in the first place that kind of unlocked the hidden aspects of some of my contact experiences, mm-hmm. and kind of proved itself, at least to me, in an undeniable fashion.
Yeah. I've never experienced that. There's another because I listen to so many lectures and audiobooks and presentations on physics and science and space and the universe that I am not always, but I find myself in a classroom setting, and I'm looking at a professor. And I'm taking notes. I do that every single night, just about. And I go off into those dreams, and I'm going through a class lecture, and I'm at college, and I'm with classmates and learning. But I do that all the time. But it's only because I'm listening to a classroom setting, and it's always on physics or science.
Yeah. I don't dismiss the nuts and bolts aspects of things. I just think, if anything, a large portion of the secrecy involved with UFOs and everything is the fact that there's so much more to it. That, I mean, there's a strong chance that just based on the what would you call it? The way they separate the knowledge around between different departments of things and different individuals, there's really no one person who really understands it.
Yeah, it's definitely the case. And it's not only with UFOs, it's with the financial system, it's with military technology, governments around the world. All of that stuff is all compartmentalized. You're not going to have one person with all the secrets in any subject. You're just not going to have that. It's going to be completely spread across the board. That is, anything with the NSA, the CIA, the Pentagon, Air Force, the chiefs of staff, all of that stuff, man. It's one sliver, but you don't know who the person to the left or to the right of you, what they know. You're not going to have that, and that's the only way to keep stuff secret. It's the only way to do it, and certainly with the UFO subject, holy crap, right?
Well, absolutely. Well, that's like my argument with the concept of an Illuminati, in a sense, is that it's hard for me to envision a world where the negative aspect of things is so organized that they're in cahoots with each other. At the very least, it's a fractured thing that thinks it's one cohesive thing.
Yeah, I would say that is true, and not only with the Illuminati, but if you look at something like the Freemasons, and I've talked to so many different Freemasons about things, and I've come to one conclusion, that they only know a narrow vision of Freemasonry, and it's really, to me, it's absolutely bizarre. But it would have to be that way. By nature, they are a secret and private organization. They can say they're public all day long, that everybody's invited. But you and I, we go and we join the Freemasons, and we're a 3 or a 4, whatever you go in as. Are we exposed to everything? No. That's just the way that it is, and you've got to go up the ranks. And when you do, who knows what at what lodge versus the next lodge versus the next lodge, and does the number 33 guy in the state, right, that's running the state of California or New York or whatever, is he in position? No. Do you have to go to London? And it's crazy. Nathan, thank you for the phone call, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
You too, Jimmy. Thanks for taking the call.
Thank you. Go Beckley Tepe. It's a great phone call from Nathan in Ohio. And it is Thursday night. It is Fadernight. It's open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. I am going to take a quick break. I'll be right back with more of your phone calls right after this. Stay with us.
Here, and you are listening to my boy Jimmy Church on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Yes, River Moon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from River Moon Coffee. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Tepe.
Hello, my name is Billy Carson, and I am a best-selling author and the founder of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Together with my team, we have built an all-new conscious streaming TV platform designed with every family member in mind. If you have ever wanted to travel the world and attend lectures and workshops from your favorite speakers but weren't able to, look no further. ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. There are dozens of workshops and lectures from speakers you know and love. We have also included amazing categories to assure that your consciousness is entertained and elevating on a daily basis. Amazing interviews, ancient history, ascension knowledge, wisdom teachings, documentaries, conspiracies, mysteries, health and fitness, conscious cooking, meditations, finance, yoga, and so much more. To start your free trial on any mobile device or computer, surf to forbiddenknowledge.tv. That's Forbidden Knowledge with the number 4, forbiddenknowledge.tv. Again, visit forbiddenknowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app. Free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
Erica, Brittany, Gabby, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. And I am posting up in Twitter right now Rita's ribs. She posted a picture of these amazing ribs. And this is what I'm going home to tonight. Rita's ribs. And there you go. All right, everybody. There you go. You can salivate over this. This is my life. You can follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. And you can go and check out that picture that I just posted right there. Look at that. Oh, you guys have no idea. You don't. With that, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Mr. Church, this is Brent from Louisiana.
Hey, Brent from Louisiana. 2 calls from Louisiana tonight. There you go.
We have a mutual friend down in Costa Mesa.
And who is that?
Can I give a shout out to a small businessman named Spirit Stallings, the great luthier of Costa Mesa?
Right on. Right on. Does he do work for you?
Oh, I bought 3 of his guitars. I got 2 SSGs and an Exploder too.
Yeah, he's one of the great ones. Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that Stradivarius workmanship he puts on those guitars.
Yeah, he does. He's one of the best, man. There's no question about it. And you can tell him to go and listen to this show. He's got to listen to the shout out, and
yep.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to find him, go to dragonslayer.us.
And I visited him. I bought a piece of gear from him. It wasn't a guitar. I bought something else, and I walked into his shop, right? And I was like, "Holy crap!" I'm like, "Dude, are you serious?" Because it's he can build anything, but when he builds what he wants to build, it's the most unique stuff that you can ever lay your eyes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talented, man. So there you go. Yep. I was going to say, what do you have from him? What unique stuff? What did you get? One of a kind?
Oh, I got a beautiful SSG he made for me, and the thing is just stunning. I mean, it's clear lacquer, and it's all one-piece mahogany, neck through.
Yeah, all of it. I think most of his stuff is neck through, and he paints right there in his shop too, as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Have you been? Have you been to his shop?
Oh yeah, I found him years ago in the OC Weekly, and I had him fix up my had a Gibson SG. He set it up for me, and then I saw the guitars he had, and I had to pick some up.
I know, and some of his man, I could talk about him all day long, but he does stuff in some strange colors too, as well. You know, deep purples and greens, and he's into this gothic thing. And it's just, man, what a great mind. And a very cool dude, man. And a heck of a player, too, as well. Heck of a player. He can shred.
Yep.
He can shred.
Yep.
All right. Wow. I can't believe that.
I got one thing I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
You said you studied the pyramids a lot, right?
Yep.
Okay, so would that have taken you past Rutherford and Davis where they give the pyramid text from the Bible?
Well, okay. I don't like to, everybody's got ego, right? Okay? And I'm certainly part of that. But I have come to the point in my pyramid research that I'm not sure that I can be messed with. Okay.
So
here's
the one theory I got.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. What do you got?
Yeah. So Isaiah 19, verse 19 and 20, it gives a pyramid. What it says, in that day there shall be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord. And it shall be for a sign and a witness unto the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt. Well, that text, they say in the Hebrew, the letters have numerical value, right?
I would assume so, yes. I'm not an expert.
If you isolate just that text, the exact numerical value is 5,448, which is the exact height of the pyramid in pyramid inches.
Okay. Not an accident.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Yeah, not an accident. There's another bizarre spin to all of this. And I remember bringing this up on the show. Not too many people commented on it, but there's another spin to all of this, which includes not only the Hebrew stories and texts that are in the Bible, also going back to the Black Sea Scrolls and the other stories directly from the Egyptians and throughout Mesopotamia, is that the scholars of the world put dates on this stuff. And I'm not sure that once you get, because, okay, and it's this way. Stay with me, Brent, okay?
Yeah.
We can cross-reference different calendars in the world and come up with something accurate because we're cross-referencing. And when we cross-reference the Romans and the Greeks with the Egyptians, we can get pretty accurate down to the day, certainly to the month and to the year, okay? But before 600 BC, it's all guesswork. It's all guesswork. So saying that the Great Pyramids is 2650 BC, based on what? There is no accurate calendar. There's nothing out there that's accurate before 600 BC. And they can say, well, we can reference the text because they say certain, in eclipse, or there's other things that happen. You know what? BS. Nobody knows. And so because of that, with what you're referencing there, and certainly with the Bible and the Bible text, and trying to say that they have dates to line up biblical things in Mesopotamia and ancient writings of Sumer and accurate count, no, absolutely not. Yeah. So saying that 2650 BC in our modern sense, right? In our modern sense, 2650 is guesswork. It could be 10,000. It could be older than that. It could be 5,000. But saying 2650 BC, 27, the dynasty, this, that, no, it is all guesswork. And that is the part with all of this when we're talking about the Bible. When they're talking about Ramses and Ramses II, and they're guessing that is the Pharaoh that is represented in the Bible, and Moses and everything else in the Exodus, none of that is referenced accurately with Egyptian text, and it throws the timing of everything off by thousands of years. And
I heard the Egyptians have a lot of text talking about how they hate shepherds.
Oh, I don't know.
Talking about because, the guys that came down, the Israelites, they were all shepherds.
I don't know about that, but it could be possible. But that's the thing when I listen to fringe, outside of the box researchers. I think that they are more accurate than anybody else from academia. And you can't go, there isn't, when somebody throws these numbers out there, show me the central reference point of a calendar that everybody uses to throw these dates about like they do. Show me that.
Right.
Where is it? When you're going and doing your research, what book are you opening up? Where is it that you are using a reference point and a reference manual for all of this stuff? It doesn't exist. And did somebody get together at a big meeting somewhere, a big conference, and go, okay, these are the dates and these are the standards that we're going to use? And it doesn't exist out there. It's guesswork. And there you go. Hey, Brent, enjoy your weekend, man. Great phone call.
Hey, go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy, Brent. Thank you so much. Brent from Louisiana. Great phone call, man. And I will always stick to my guns on that. Before 600 BC, all bets are off. And that's just the way that it is. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
This is Jeff from Alabama. How you doing, Jimmy?
How you doing, Jeff? Everything good?
Go Beckley Teppy.
Go Beckley Teppy. Where are you calling from?
Northeast Alabama.
Oh, I thought you said Louisiana. I was like, what is going on? Alabama's close enough, though.
Right. It's close enough for jazz.
That's right. What's on your mind tonight?
First off, let me say thank you for keeping me alive. Many late nights coming back in from playing gigs and stuff.
Yeah, right on. What do you play?
I'm a drummer by trade, and everything else I kind of have to be.
Yeah, that's right. Most drummers think that they are. Oh man! All right, Jeff. I had to do that, and that's just.
It's okay.
Yeah, you know I'm right.
Okay.
You know I'm right, especially if you're a drummer. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, what's on your mind?
I haven't been able to listen for a while. What is your take on the government declassifying the Tic Tac videos and all that stuff? What are they building up to?
Yeah, you mean earlier this week?
Yeah.
Well, this is what's weird. There's so many weird things about this. But if you remember, allegedly, they already released the videos 2 years ago. Right? So, wait a minute here. Did they release them twice? It doesn't make any sense. And then last year, it was about a year ago, the Navy came out and said UAPs for the first time in those videos, right? So they were acknowledging that those videos were real a year ago. So now we have what may be a second or third time that these videos have been released. And this is the other disturbing part. Nobody wants to talk about that. The media is acting like this is something new. The media is not doing any work here. It's cut and paste news stories. If anybody is worth their salt in the media, the first comment that they should have said is, well, the Navy says they're releasing the videos, but they actually released them 2 years ago. Then they did a re-release on them a year ago, and now they're doing it today, not really sure what they say that they are releasing. That's number one. Number two, the videos that they are releasing are the same videos that have been out there on the internet. Why don't they release the high-res first-generation copies of these videos so we can really see what's going on in them? They've re-released what's already been out there, and it's third, fourth, fifth generation fuzziness. I want to see the high-res, full widescreen pieces. That's what I want to see. And nobody's talking about that. So those are my thoughts. And then my third and last thought on these are, I can tell you why the Pentagon released the videos, or said they released the videos. And that's because of John Greenwald. It's not because of TTSA. It's not because of Luis Elizondo. It's not because of anybody else. They made these comments because John Greenwald wouldn't leave them alone. And so their statement in the release is that we're releasing these videos because there's nothing in the videos. There's no secret technology. There isn't any sensitive information here. So here you go, have at it. And by saying that, the government would not release videos that has sensitive technology in it. And so by saying that like they did, there's nothing alien. There's nothing UFO related. There's nothing off planet in these videos. Otherwise, the Pentagon wouldn't release them. And I can guarantee you they've got videos of the real deal stuff, and they ain't going to release that. And I think that John Greenwald going back to them and putting pressure on them to admit that they have videos that they can't release, that do have sensitive stuff in it, that are probably off planet, and they're not going to release it, that would be disclosure. That would be more disclosure than certainly these three videos. These three videos, I look at them today, and I don't see anything alien. I just don't. I look at them and it's just like, whatever. And that's my take. The Navy knows exactly what is in those videos. And I'll leave you with this, if I may, Jeff. There is nobody at the Pentagon losing sleep over these three videos. Okay? No. There's nobody there. There's nobody there freaking out. There's nobody talking about them. There's no meetings about them. Nobody gives a rat's butt. They don't. What they want is people talking about these videos. That's fine, because it takes the attention off of the other stuff that is going on at the Pentagon that they don't want us to know about. And as long as we're going to be talking about this, then they can go and do whatever they want. And that's how I feel.
The old magician's trick. Watch this hand, don't watch this hand.
Bingo. Spot on the money, Jeff. And that's why you're a Fadernight. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jeff. Behave and be well and enjoy your weekend.
You too, brother. Have a good one.
Go Beckley Tepe.
Go Beckley Tepe.
That's what I'm talking about. Go Beckley Tepe from Alabama. And that's my take. And I'm not here to upset people or anything else. I'm glad people are talking about UFOs. I'm happy about that. I'm happy that the media made these mistakes and are saying what they want. There are people out there that think these videos are brand new, right? And as long as that conversation is going on, we win. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hello, Mr. Church.
Who's this?
It's Jody. How are you from the Center State?
Hey, Jody. How are you, man?
Doing good. Hey, did you ever get any eggs?
I did.
Did you? Yeah.
Finally got eggs. You know what the bad news is, though? Gas here in California is still $2.50, $2.75 a gallon. The prices.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they haven't gone down. So you can go ahead and post a picture of you and your 49-cent a gallon gas, and just know that we're still paying $2.50, $2.75 a gallon.
I haven't seen 49. I've seen 98.
Oh man. Man.
I haven't seen that since I was a teenager.
Yeah, I know. I don't. Okay, we could have that conversation all night. What's on your mind tonight?
You were talking to Paula a few weeks back, and you recommended Electric Dreams.
I recommended what?
Watching Electric Dreams, the series.
Oh, Philip K. Dick. Oh, yes. Did you watch it?
Yeah. I watched an episode today that totally reminded me of what we're going through right now. It was I forget the name of the episode, but it was did you watch the whole series?
I did.
You might remember it then. There was an episode where a woman and her high school teenage daughter, moved to a highly tech. This is set in the future where there were bubbles of population set out for the United States, and they moved to a highly tech city where this girl, the girl really felt like she was out of place and she needed all the technology. She needed to be connected. And the mom was like, no, you don't want any of this. You don't want to be connected. And so she went behind her mother's back and bought all this technology. And the technology started talking to her and started putting things in her head. And it just totally reminded me of what's going on today with the media and just kind of getting us against each other. I feel, like I work with a lot of public. Fortunately, I'm one of the guys that haven't missed a day of work, and I deal with a lot of people. I meet probably 5 or 6 people a day in my office, and one of my things are, we got new rules. I can't shake your hand. I'll shake your hand twice next time, and it's just a weird situation we're in. A lot of people are afraid, and I just feel like it's overhyped. Honestly, I really do. And I know it's a dangerous disease, but I just feel it's,
yeah, we're getting it. Yeah. And I agree with you. By the way, that episode was really good and really disturbing. And
it really bothered me.
Yeah, it bothered me too. It bothered me too. But going back to, before I let you go, is this. Going back to coronavirus and all of the conspiracy theories that are out there and whatever, it's real, it's not, it's a hoax, it's real, whatever anybody wants to say. But, the deaths are faked and the numbers are not real. Okay, I'm not going to go there. And right now, today, if you don't think that this is real, where we have over 1 million total cases in the United States, we have a total of 63,861 reported deaths. 5 were just added in the last few minutes. I'm looking at that right now. I've got a real-time counter that happens in front of me. And before, where we've got 234,000 reported deaths in the world. I'm not here to bum people out. What I am saying is there is a point where you need to accept that the numbers are scary. And for the United States, in a matter of 6 weeks, to go from 1 case to over 1 million, if that doesn't grab your attention, I don't know what does. And
no, it does.
It makes me snap to attention. That's what that does.
It does. And my dad, he's elderly. He called me up the other day and said, hey, he lives down at the lake, and he called me and said, when are you going to come visit me? I'm like, Dad, I want to see you tomorrow. But here's the thing. I don't know if I'm one of these people that have gotten this and it hasn't affected me, and I bring it down to you, and it will affect you. That's the thing, is we've still got to be careful.
Yeah. And the other thing is, the people that jump on this conspiracy theory, the deaths aren't real, and right now,
they're real.
Well, listen, there's 63,861 people that have died in the last 6 weeks of this. And I am not going to be stupid enough to go and talk about conspiracy theories when there are people out there that have lost a loved, a son, a daughter, a father, a mother, a cousin, a co-worker, and you know, in a factual sense, that have gone through the emotional trauma of losing somebody, and then some doofus, you know, is going to be on the radio or posting stuff on Facebook, you know, saying that this stuff isn't real. You know what? I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm not. I absolutely am not. All I know is we're going to get out in front of this. You know, we are. It's not going to last forever. We're going to get out and slowly get back to normal, and that's it. What other choice do we have? You want to sit around and complain about it? It's not going to change things. Take care of your family, make sure that things are right in your life, and ride this thing out. That's it. You don't have another choice. There's nobody on this planet that is immune to it. That's not, you know, and that goes for the economical side, jobs, the infrastructure, the logistics. Everybody's affected by it. And maybe you've even gotten sick, you know, but nobody's immune to it. Everybody has been reached out and touched by this in every country on this planet. And that's it. That's it. The prime minister of Russia has got coronavirus. The prime minister of Russia. You know, there's Putin and his right-hand man, and he has coronavirus. You know what? Are they going to fake these reports? What? That's fake? Come on, man. All right. Hey, Jody, great phone call, my friend.
All right. Talk to you later.
I want you to be safe, okay?
Thank you.
Go
Bye.
Beckley Tepe. There you go. I've got time for one more quick call. Let's, I'm going in order for everybody that has been on hold. Here we go. Hi, you're live on Faded Black. Who's calling? You're live. 3, 2, 1. Man, I hate to do this. Somebody's playing guitar in the background, too. Somebody's playing guitar in the background, waiting to get on. They got on, and they didn't even know it. All right, let's go.
Hello.
Yeah, you're live. You're live.
Hello. Hey, I'm live.
Who's this?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, my name's Jimbo Slice. I'm from Fremont, California. How you doing tonight?
Kimbo Slice?
Yeah, that's not my full name, my real name, but that's just what I go by.
Yeah, I don't think that's your real name.
Yeah. Anyways, I got a kind of a cool story for you. A couple years ago, back in 2016, there was a story about an Alaska Sphinx.
Yep.
The way that Molten Hal came out with that, I don't know if you've ever remember that story or not.
We did a couple of shows on it with Linda.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah, so that guy, Jared Bueller, who was the soldier from the 509th, I want to follow up on that story, and I contacted him through Facebook. I was in the 501st out of Alaska, which is the other battalion next to him. So I called this guy up. I didn't call him. I hit him up on Facebook, and I said, hey, is this story true? He's like, dude, I'm telling you, this is a true story. So for some of your listeners who don't know what happened, basically the Sergeant Bareilles showed up during this course called CWLC. It's called Cold Weather Leader Course. And they were out doing some training, and they came across a Sphinx. And they were from, probably 300-400 meters away, and this Sphinx was basically blocked off. It was like an Egyptian Sphinx that they came across, and it was all roped off. And they jetted out of there. They snapped some pictures. And so how the story came out, Sergeant, I think PFC Beeler was up at CWLC doing this training. He was telling about a UFO story he had, and, the story was leaked. So I contacted the Cold Weather Leader course on just to follow up on this story, because I kind of thought it was BS for a minute, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I hit him up on Facebook, and I said, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of a Sergeant Bareilles, and they confirmed his name was Bareilles, right? So I asked for the first name, and 2 days later, they don't come back. I wait, nothing happens. A couple days later, I keep, hey, what's the deal? And I'm thinking, why in the world are they ignoring my request for this? So about a month ago, I hit them up one more time. I said, hey, listen, I know about this Sphinx. I've heard it's a true story. Why would, these soldiers lie about it? And they looked at the message, on Facebook you can see, and I haven't heard back. So I'm pretty sure that this thing was legitimate, and if that's true, that would predate Göbekli Tepe.
Yeah, they're talking about this going back 50, 75,000 years. And let me say this, Kimbo, I know it's not your real name, but we're at the end of the show. Yep, I've got to sign off. The network's going to kick me off in a minute, in 30 seconds. So I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for that. And you can also shoot me an email, jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com, and we can follow up on it. And next Thursday night, call in a little bit earlier, and we can continue this conversation.
Oh, absolutely. You can follow me on Twitter at JimboSlice510.
Yes, post it up there, and I'll do that.
All righty.
Have a great night.
Reopen America. Reopen America. Your show's amazing. Thank you so much.
Göbekli Tepe.
Göbekli Tepe.
That's what I'm talking about. Great phone call right there. Great way to end the night. This is Fade to Black. Fade to Black's executive producer is Rita Camarion. Show is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vito, and Mark D. Kobauer. Webmasters, Drew the Geek. Intro. What am I doing? Music, Doug Aldridge, SpaceboyMusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. Syndication is KGRA The Planet. This broadcast owned and copyrighted 2020 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. It cannot be rebroadcast, copied, downloaded, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll see everybody Saturday night over at Coast to Coast AM. Be safe. Göbekli Tepe.